And we're live.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. I'm going to take a
thumbs
nap.
up.
Good night.
Oh, man. No. Napcast.
Napcast.
I'll just stay recording and keep the camera on.
Sure. You're going to get a good view of the wall.
Oh, you got to be in the shot.
No.
That's the Napcast rules.
That's not the rules of Napcast. That's not the rules of the Napcast I signed up for.
Didn't read the fine print.
I didn't read any print. I was napping.
It was secret. It was invisible ink. You needed
invisible ink for Napcast.
You did it with lemon juice. Isn't that the way you do it?
Yeah,
over
like lemon juice, and then you got to keep it like near a heater or something like that.
Heater to see it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, how's everyone been? Paul, how's your last week been? Anything exciting going on?
No, nothing new or exciting over here.
John?
Same.
Cool.
It's
giving
just
me a lot
quiet
to
week
work
all
with.
around.
This is good. Yep.
I mean, it is
I watched a
getting
new
colder
movie
here.
that came out.
Oh, okay. What movie?
Save Yourselves.
Okay. I was going to end this call if you said Hubie Halloween or whatever.
That's the Adam Sandler
The new Adam
one,
Sandler.
right?
I mean, I'm going to watch it because it's free on Netflix, but man, I don't know. I'm
thank you. Yeah.
taking bets on how long it takes before I turn it off. I'm thinking 5 minutes. We'll see.
Yeah, but you'll get further than 5 minutes. But yeah, no thanks. I don't. Saw Uncut Gems, and then other than that, I try not to watch Adam Sandler movies.
Me neither, but I like Halloween movies, and that's a Halloween movie. Like, I'm hoping it's just basically a scuffed version of Ernest Scared Stupid, which I could see Adam Sandler maybe pulling off, or I could see it being absolutely god-awful. Either way, it's a win-win.
Okay. Saw that the animated Addams Family movie is on HBO Max now, so I'm going to probably watch that.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty soon here.
Nice.
I don't know, Save Yourselves just came out on Band or whatever it is now. And that stars one of the girls from Glow.
Which one?
And the Progressive Insurance commercial. He's also in that. Anyway, it's okay. I didn't really like the ending, but it's okay. So if you're looking for a new movie, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Say like it's an alien invasion comedy movie.
Okay.
And it's pretty funny. It's got some good jokes. Again, that's Save Yourselves. So if you're starved for movies, that might be something to look into.
Okay. Interesting.
However, binging the Twilight Zone season 2. That's what I'm watching these days because I finished up The Boys.
Yeah.
And that's more Twilight Zone. I like it.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
But I don't have much more to say on that.
Next on my radar is definitely Love Country. Now that The Boys is like wrapped up, I'm just gonna, I think, binge whatever is out of that. Also,
I think it's just ended or it's ending this weekend. I have 1 or 2 episodes to watch, so I'm just about done it.
Also, there was another show I wanted to check out, but I can't remember the name of it right now, and it's bugging me. I know very little about it, so I'll see if I remember it, and then I'll bring it up at some point randomly. But yeah,
it's fine. Right on. All right. Well, with that out of the way, let's do the actual podcast because it's October 15th. This is the top-down perspective. There we go.
It's some stretch of time.
It is something. Dude, it's so hot in here, man. Die by the end of this. Must be. It's not.
It's like the opposite up here. Winter's starting here.
It's 33 outside, and it's only hotter inside. So I've had a fan blasting hot air at me all day.
Nice.
I'm Sean Booker.
Oh, I'm Paul Fleck. Hi.
Hey, I'm John Wheeler.
Great. Bring in the enthusiasm. Paul, you've been gone for a while. Why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, just as a throwaway, did you try season 2 of Fall Guys?
Yes.
That was like 2 weeks ago now. The first week I was gone, so.
Right.
Yeah. kind of disappointing, right?
Yeah.
Like overall.
Yes.
That's what kind of kept me away from trying it, to be honest.
Yeah.
There was no good buzz about it.
I think there's a way that you could do a season change without needing a whole bunch of new maps, and I don't think they pulled it off. I don't like that they, like, I don't know if maybe you like include a different game mode where it's just like, hey, this is only the like 5 new things or whatever, and that's it, so you can try it, and also it's mixed in the other thing. But having to like play the other stuff and like just to for a chance to see some of the new stuff is kind of a bummer. The new stuff itself is good, which is even more of a bummer that I can't just play that and try that out. I don't know. It's weird,
I've only been able, between my girlfriend and I, like, just the games I've played, I've only played one of the new stages. Out of all the games she's played, until last night, she had only played one of the new stages. So we've only seen 2 of the new stages of the 4.
Okay, that is incredibly bad luck. Because I played for 2 hours and I saw all 4 of the new stages twice at least. So
yeah, no,
I got
not
really
at all.
lucky then.
No way.
Okay. That one new stage, wall guys, where you have to move the things and people control you when you're trying to jump over the increasing walls.
That one.
Yeah, that's holy crap. That is a new level of frustration for that game. That is kind of fun.
Okay, was that a good reaction? I can't quite tell based on
I mean, I'm not of the camp of, oh, I need there to be a skill ceiling so I can get good at the game, so I find it fun. But man, I could see people fucking hating that thing. Holy crap. Because, yeah, you can get trolled real easily as you're trying to, like, make a jump and somebody just pulls your box away with you on it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fun. A lot of people seem to be mad about it, but I like those new modes. And it's a bummer that there wasn't a way to just, like, play the ever-living Christ out of them.
Also, there's still server issues, which is infuriating because you don't get any fame when it disconnects you. And it's like, I barely want to play you as it is, and you're disconnecting me.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But there is a maiden dress that fits with, like, every top, and that's great. So
I like there's new costumes, which is cool.
New costumes.
It's just the same game again. I don't know. My general feelings was like, everything's been free, so I can't be that complaining about it. But at the same time, it's a live game, and there are expectations of what live games are these days, and I feel like it is not meeting those standards.
Everything's been free if you play it on PlayStation. It is a $20 game, so it's arguable.
Sure.
But yeah, I think I would have been fine with them just being like, here's the new season, like, thing that you can unlock stuff. Not a whole lot of change, whatever. But like, here's a map pack, like 2 months down the line for like $5 or something with 10 maps. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you have that game around without releasing more maps, either more often or in bigger chunks. I don't, like, it's already waned in interest for even the hardcore of hardcore people have started just kind of skipping it now.
Playing Among Us?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Among Us really took its lunch, but like even streamers that were really big into Fall Guys have stopped playing Fall Guys. So.
Right. Yeah, no, and I understand it's a small team.
Yeah.
It's like, so they can only make content so fast, but then charge for season 2 and hire some more people.
I agree.
Like, clearly you guys had enough money to not charge for season 2.
Yeah.
But I would like, I don't like the outcome we got. They chose a different path, and I don't like the outcome. I don't understand.
I think they needed to do, like, this 4 maps would have been fine if it wasn't like a seasonal update. If it was just kind of like, here's a new update that added a new map. Here's another update that added a new map, just kind of along the way. Or they did like, here's a new season, 10 new maps, brand new game mode, have fun.
And we have prioritized the levels so that you will get them more often than the stuff you've played for the last 2 months.
Honestly,
would have gone a long way with me.
Another thing that would have gone a long way with me, private lobbies. Even if they had the 4 maps and they're like, but now you can like create your own episodes with up to like 30 friends. Fine. Awesome. Good job. But like, yeah.
I mean, they've said that's coming though, right?
Yeah, I think it should have happened by now because interest has waned. Maybe it'll bring interest back when they do it. Who knows? I'm not a marketing guy, so maybe they're on the right track and I just don't see it. But it's kind of a bummer. That being said, it's still Fall Guys, so it was still fun for like the couple hours I played it, and I'm sure I'll play every now and then with some buddies here and there. But yeah, I just wish there was more to it. I guess that's a good problem to have, is that you like something so you're disappointed when there's not more of it.
No, but I mean, because I've been having such bad luck with the stages, so it just kind of ended up being like, yeah, season 2 launch day, here we go. An hour later, I have yet to play a new stage. This is very disappointing.
I feel like I got really lucky. I played the new stages multiple times the first day, so
I mean,
that
compared
was
to me, yes, for sure.
Yeah, okay, that sucks for sure. Other than that, I've been playing Let It Die again. Do you guys remember Let It Die by Grasshopper?
Yep.
Yeah. For people who might not know what it is a action RPG.
Oh, this is that other free-to-play game.
This is a free-to-play Grasshopper manufactured game, where you are playing the game Let It Die that Uncle Death is.
I was gonna say, what's the guy's name? He had a cool name.
Yeah,
Uncle Death with the like 3D glasses thing.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper with 3D glasses that rides a skateboards and calls you senpai all the time.
Yeah. He's rad.
He is very rad.
I think I like this everything outside of playing this game.
Okay, I really like this game. I like the grind in it. I like just like having a game to put a few hours in every night and then just kind of calling it there. For people who might not know what it is, it's just kind of almost like a weird gacha game in a lot of ways, where you're just climbing a tower and you're kind of doing it. There's a lot of free-to-play elements in it, and it's trying to be one of those games that's like making commentary on video games and free-to-play stuff, but it doesn't really get a pass because it's still fucking doing the thing, so it's still annoying with that stuff in it. But I don't know, it's kind of just a janky action RPG with some like weird horrific elements in it and like weird character design and stuff, and I kind of enjoy that, and it's schlocky enough that I don't really care. Your whole thing is you're going up this tower called the Tower of Barbs up to level 41, and I'm just kind of like picking away at it as I go. So it's one of those games that every time you play you get a little bit bigger and stronger of a thing and doing some PvP and stuff. So it's just been kind of my chill game, besides like Hades.
Right on.
But yeah, we're not talking about that right now.
Sure. Right.
And that's really it. That's all I've been playing, honestly.
All right. John?
Well, I'm playing Hades, but we can't talk about that yet.
Yeah.
I'm playing a lot of that. So the only thing I've really been playing that I can talk about is Alwa's Legacy. Wrapped that up the other day.
You played this last week.
Yeah, wrapped it up the other day.
Okay, I actually rebought Alwa's Awakening and Legacy on the Switch and been playing Awakening again. How is Legacy?
Yeah. Disappointing.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Okay.
Like
I mean, I'm still going to play it because I bought it, but why is it disappointing?
So you weren't here last week, but we were talking about it. There's, I don't know if it's the Switch version or what, but it's got a weird, like, it keeps eating inputs for some reason. Like, you'll hit the jump button, but it will not jump. And it's like, it does that every time, like, you look at the map, for example. The ending was shockingly lackluster. I'm not gonna say Alwa's Awakening is not the most exciting ending, but somehow it's better.
I will say I've never felt in Alwa's Awakening, like replaying it, that it's eaten my jump. That game has some weird checkpointing issues every now and then, but it feels fair in how it plays.
They fixed some of the checkpointing issues in this one. I will give this. This is definitely like a proper like sequel to Alwa's Awakening.
Okay.
But like there's weird hitches every now and then that just I don't know what's up with it.
Damn. Okay.
Because the actual gameplay is better. There's way more save points. You can turn almost all of them into warps, but you need a special item to do that.
Okay.
You can get more health. There's more abilities to use. Like this is technically better.
Sure.
But it's just kind of watered down right now by like the weird glitch that keeps happening on the Switch version for me. And who knows, maybe you won't have that issue.
I hope I don't. That sounds really bad.
And I don't know, like I hoped for more out of it, and maybe that was a mistake. because it definitely did not give me the more I wanted out of it. But like the actual exploration and stuff was fine. Like the Metroidvania aspects are pretty good. They're a little more fleshed out this time around. Although just like in Legacy, there's some annoying aspects where there's certain things that they want you to have certain abilities for. And the orbs are actually more important now than they were in the first game.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so in the first game, the more orbs you get, basically the more free health free damage you do to whatever boss you're fighting.
Yeah.
In this game, orbs are experience, and the orbs unlock new powers for your spells.
Oh crap. Okay.
And some of those spells are needed to get more orbs and more secrets. So like, so you know how you would find like an accessory or something in Alwa's Awakening to upgrade your spells.
Sure.
Yeah, you need the orbs now.
Okay. I don't mind that change. The one thing I need to know this. So in Alwa's Awakening, there's a lot of times where screen scrolling kind of fucks you in that, like I'm thinking of a specific part that I can't explain because it's so nebulous, but let's say that there's an item high up on one or low down on one screen and you can jump really high from another screen onto that other to where that item would be. The problem is in Alwa's Awakening, you lose all momentum and movement between screen transitions, so you actually you can't do like a good jump into a transition and then like the momentum will keep carrying you. You just kind of fall flat. Did they fix that in this?
Yeah. Yes, that's fixed.
Oh, thank Christ. Okay.
I would argue this game feels harder though, because there's a lot of instant kill stuff this time around. Like I think I died 20 to 40 times, somewhere in that range, playing Awakening. I ended this one at about 60 to 80 range. I want to say it was like 73 or something like that.
Man, this reminds me, playing Spelunky again, I don't think there's ever a good time for insta-death. Like, I know Spelunky is supposed to be ultra hard. It still sucks when you insta-die. Fuck, I hate insta-death.
Yeah.
Oh. I was thinking about insta-death the other day. I think I was thinking about like Mario 35. Like Mario has insta-death too, and no one was complaining about it.
No, I definitely don't like insta-death in Mario also.
What would you prefer to have happen when Mario falls down a hole? Does he just bounce back with less health?
Yeah, respawn on the closest ledge with less health. I'm okay with taking a big punishment.
It's like the only situation where I could argue one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I know why it exists. I still think it's bad. I don't mind taking a giant punishment. I don't like being completely fucked.
I'm okay with it in like a Super Meat Boy way. That whole game is like avoid the insta-death spots.
Yeah, but Meat Boy also loads you back instantaneously.
I think that's definitely it. Yeah, you're right. That's definitely it. If it's an instant load,
depends on the time frame of that. And that's another thing I'll give Alwa's Awakening. It like when you die, like it does like the jingle and then it just fades out and puts you back at the checkpoint. There's an option to turn that off. To just be like, all right, you just respawn instantly. So yeah, that's another cool aspect.
Well, I mean, how good is this jingle?
Yeah, it's the same jingle from the previous game.
They're saying that's what you're giving up. So I mean, if it's a pretty good jingle, maybe you don't want to give that up.
And the other thing that I was remembering that was glitchy, combat. So they have you fight again the same way. You like swing your. Actually, wait. Do you attack in Awakening? I'm trying to remember now. You can swing your club, right? Your wand.
I think you can use like your bolt as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like it's been a bit. The same thing in Legacy. Like you swing your wand and you hit enemies.
Yeah.
But there's this weird disconnect now because the enemies have invincibility frames. Both when after they get hit and as they are attacking you. So like you'll keep swinging to try to attack an enemy and randomly they just won't take damage, but they will get to kill you in the process. And that has happened to me way more times than I care to admit because it is a weirdly annoying thing. And I don't know if that's done on purpose or another weird like hiccup.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's no good.
Since you're playing Awakening, I would recommend at least playing Legacy.
Oh yeah, I'll play it.
It's okay, but like there's more NPCs, there's more talking now. But a lot of the NPCs are weird like Kickstarter in jokes and stuff like that, because I think this was a Kickstarter game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think I liked the first one better, but this one brings more to the table. It just kind of falls flat in some points. Like I beat the game, got the pretty lackluster ending, and now I'm gonna go back and wrap up all the things I missed. Apparently, I missed like 30 orbs and like some other collectibles.
Do they set up for trilogy for like another sequel?
No,
they don't. Okay.
Not even remotely. This is straight up like a. I think that's part of the reason I'm disappointed, because like Awakening the Legacy clearly sets up, and very obviously how they set it up is actually really cool. But then they're just like, yeah, no, we weren't sure if there's gonna be a third one, I guess, so we just didn't bother.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'd say if you like Awakening, try it out. But you might feel like I did, where you might like it's got some better features, but it's held back a bit. So
well, I unfortunately bought it, so I'll try it anyway.
Like I said, it's not that bad. It's also not that long. I think it's like an 8-hour Metroidvania. It's not bad.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
The only other thing I did that I didn't write down here is played a little bit of Smash Brothers, because Steve from Minecraft got added 2 days ago.
That's right. How does he play?
Right.
Interesting. Remember how I was talking about weird issues about jumps not working? Hey, guess what issue Steve has?
Wow.
Oh,
sometimes his double jump doesn't work. And I know it's not my controller, because I had other people confirming the same issue. But otherwise, he plays interestingly. Like you have the mind to keep. Oh, yeah, they'll patch it easily. He has you have to mine materials. And the different materials can be used to upgrade your attacks and or like power your moves. Like your side B is you make a mine cart and you like slam into characters, and that takes some iron. So you got to make sure you have iron in your inventory, but you can't control what you're mining. You just, you mine, and then whatever shows up, you have it. Gold and diamond pickaxes and swords obviously mine more stuff faster. You can get redstone and stuff like that for the mine cart. You can drop TNT. And you can like lead it around. You can glide. They brought back gliding. No other character had that in Ultimate. Very interesting character to say the least. We played a lot of gimmick stages the other day, and they were interesting to do with Steve and Alex and was it Zombie and Enderman. But I don't know how they're gonna do in the actual like proper game and like in the actual like meta, because they can build walls which can really nerf recovery. Like they can literally block off the edge of the platform.
That's pretty good.
They can do some cool shit. They can do some cool, dirty stuff. But they're like.
And he like makes like a platform as well to like kind of jump, like almost fly.
Yeah, you can make 4 blocks appear underneath you, and then they slowly fade out depending on how close to the center of the screen you are. Like if you put it on the edge of the screen, it only stays for a little bit. That's done, I guess, to make it a bit more fair for recovery. But there are some interesting options you can do there, because like you can build a block, have your like in a team match, you can have your partner land there, do like a really powerful move, and just completely mess with people recovering. There's lots of fun options you can seem to do with that. So I'm curious to see what is going to happen.
That thing where Steve throws a character into a tomb with creepers and blows them up, is that his final smash?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. I guess I don't know. On TDP, are we pro or con on Minecraft Steve in a Smash? Because I'm for it, and I know a lot of people.
I think it's hilarious.
Mad.
I think it's hilarious.
I think it's great.
I think I'm for anyone that's not a dude with a sword at this point.
Steve has a sword. That's his main attack.
Well, you know what I mean.
Checkmate, atheists. Man, so the thing I like about Smash isn't what people like about Smash generally. I don't care about metas and good fighting game mechanics or any of that stuff. I like janky bullshit, and Steve looked like janky bullshit.
Oh,
and I was like, yes.
Steve is very much janky bullshit. Maximum janky bullshit.
I wanted to cry when I saw like people playing. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so dumb. I love it.
One of Steve's taunts is literally teabagging, or at least as much as you could teabag in Minecraft. He like bends over and then just keeps doing that repeatedly.
So good.
Right. Because I love it in shooters when people are teabagging. I'm always like, give me more of that.
Yeah.
That in my other games.
Yeah, man.
Otherwise known as the gentleman's handshake.
Yep. That's how it's known.
Yeah, that's all I've been
around
playing.
All right. I've been playing a few things. I wanted to mention Apex Legends because they added crossplay
Okay.
recently, and that's super great.
Does that mean you and I could play with me on PC and you on console?
I don't know, maybe. I've only played with like gamepad people. I don't think I've played up against. I don't believe they matched me with mouse and keyboard.
We should try it as long as you carry. I haven't played that game since season 1.
I'm not great at Apex, but yeah, we could definitely try that. I've just been playing with a friend who's like on PlayStation while I'm playing on Xbox, and that's just like reinvigorated that game for me. It's weird though. We can't. I'm so used to playing that game with another Xbox person and just being in a party chat, and it's basically just like a chat room with something we can do with our hands at this point.
Yeah.
When you're doing crossplay and you have to like in-game chat, we can't talk to each other when the game is loading, which is just throwing me off completely. So I'll just be talking normally like I always have, and then realizing no one can hear me right now. So
time to get on the Discord.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We should look into that.
Yeah.
I don't know how they line it up. I'm assuming they don't put mouse and keyboard with gamepad people.
Probably not.
But maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I could plug in a gamepad if it like registers.
Maybe you have to play with the gamepad and then we'll be able to play together. I don't know, but we should find out. We should become Apex buddies and do that.
We'll try it out, yeah.
And just recently this week they've started hinting at the next season, and the new legend who seems to have gravity powers, which sounds very fun. It seems like you're going to be able to just throw people around, which sounds very funny to do mid firefight. So I'm looking forward to that. I've also been playing a bit of Division 2, specifically the
new season.
No, whatever the Horde mode is, just called I think it's the Summit or the Ascent, some kind of tower thing that it plays just like a Horde mode. You have to climb 100 stories of this one building that is just flooded full of enemies. This is a bad place.
How is it?
It's fine. It's good. I think if you're really into loot, you'll get a lot out of it because lots of characters drop a lot of loot for sure.
Sure.
And you can kind of pick which like set of 10 levels you want to start at. So we just started at the very bottom and we got up to, I want to say 26, 27. So I think when we go back, we have to start at 21 again. One of the levels, I think it was like level 23, but the game afterwards told us this could happen anytime. You'll fight enemy agents. They aren't other humans, but they're other like division agents that went rogue.
Sure.
And holy smokes, are they hard to kill?
Yeah.
Because they have all the abilities you have. Like they're throwing out drones and shit, but they have the health and defense of a bullet sponge enemy that you'd come to expect from a division enemy. So there was literally at one point, there was 4 of us shooting into one guy. Each one of us had our drone out. So that's 8 guns shooting into one guy. He was sitting there just taking it, shooting at one of us. And he even pulled out a med pack and healed himself while 8 guns were laying into him. And it was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're really bad. They're kind of broken.
I mean, they are bullet sponges. That's what you get from Division, but it's crazy. Like, I don't know. It's a fun mode. The all the levels are procedurally generated, which means some of the stages are a little buggy. And I'd heard that they had fixed this, but we ran into one of the issues. There's sometimes just invisible walls because of the way that like the geometry algorithm pieced together the stage. It only happened once, and you just walked around the wall. It wasn't a big deal, but it was straight up like, why can't I move? And no one else could move through it. And I was like, oh, I think I actually heard about this on Twitter, yada, yada. But it is cool that it is procedurally generated. So it's kind of, a new stage every time you go into it.
Is that called skyscraper mode? That's what I'm bringing up. At least that's what, that might have been like a build name for it, because it doesn't look like an official name.
I don't remember seeing a skyscraper. I mean, yeah, I can't remember. I thought it was called the Summit.
Oh, maybe.
I could be mistaken. I wasn't paying too much attention. I wasn't the host of the round.
It's called the Summit.
Summit. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so I'll probably go back in there and try to get all the way to 100. Not in one sitting, because based on the time it took us to do 25 levels, 100 levels would probably take close to 8 hours.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's basically their version of a new raid, I guess, right? Essentially.
Yeah, but the raids are more puzzly.
They are, yeah.
They and like boss setup. This is, I mean, I'm sure the bosses are going to get harder.
Sure.
But this is really kind of like horde mode from Gears, but in the Division world with Division stuff.
Okay, so the floors actually get much harder. What floor did you get to?
Around 27.
Okay, so apparently floors 1 to 10 are normal, 11 to 20 are hard, 21 to 30 are challenging, 31 to 50 are challenging with directives enabled, 51 to 60 are heroic, 60 to 70 are heroic with directives, 71 to 90 are legendary, and 91 to 100 are legendary with 3 directives.
Yeah, we were kind of talking today, my buddy and I who were playing it, and we just had like randos join us when we did the thing. We're not sure if we're going to be even able to do all 100 levels. Unlike horde mode in Gears, where you just set like, I want the whole thing to be set to easy, and it'll ramp up, but it's still considered the easy difficulty.
Sure.
Like Paul just said, it's kind of designated floors are difficulties. Since we were struggling on those rogue agents at 23, I'm assuming it's going to really come into question, much like the raids, of did you like put a build specifically together to make like a raid build?
You'll have
and
to.
we did not. We just said, does this number higher than this number? Oh, I'm going to equip this one. I'm assuming we're going to run into a dead end at some point, but we'll see. It's a free update for anyone.
Sure. That sounds neat.
Yeah, there's that.
I should get back in the Division for a little bit. Check the new season out.
And then the game I've been playing most of this week is I'm continuing with Ghost of Tsushima, which
you started
this last week.
Okay.
Yes. I'm also pretty excited to hear Insomniac came out and said that on the PlayStation 5 it will get an upgrade on day one.
That's very
It'll
good.
be full 64K. I don't know if I'll still be playing by then. I might be done, but we are just under a month away, and this is a big open world game, so we'll see. I think the Ghost of Tsushima is just bold letters a cool game. Does some just cool ass stuff. I'm gonna spoil one side quest.
Okay.
So I can explain a really cool part. The part that made me tweet out Ghost of Tsushima is a cool game.
Okay.
You are searching for this one like legendary sword move called like the heroic strike.
I mean, that's like the first major side mission for sure. It's so good. Yeah.
It's pretty good. You're moving around, you're trying to find it. You eventually come to like a graveyard or something like this, a clearing, and you find an enemy has learned it that you don't want them to know it. So you have to fight this person. And while you're fighting him, like a storm is happening.
Yeah.
And like lightning is coming down. And every time you come across, I've only had to do it like twice. Some really specific enemies, they'll do this like showdown where they like pop their katanas out just a little bit, and then the fighting starts, and it's like real slow and it takes a while, and it's just cool setting up this battle.
Yeah.
But you fight this person, and what happens during the fight is they're using the heroic strike on you. I guess the fiction is because you're seeing it done to you, you're learning it.
Yeah.
So then once you beat them, you have to finish them off with a heroic strike. So you do that, and just as you do that, a lightning bolt comes down and like hits the guy at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, man, it is real cool.
Everything in Ghost of Tsushima is made so when you push a button, it feels like you are fucking badass. It's really great.
Like, and they make sure everything like looks really cool and sounds really cool when you're doing it.
Yep.
But then there's also just like weird hokey stuff, like when you go into a spring and it's like, what do you want to reflect on? The weather or your mother?
Yeah.
And then you get a quick little monologue about his mom, or the haiku stuff is weird as well.
Yeah. Just like looking up in the sky or whatever. Do you want to talk about the sky or the stones?
Exactly. Yeah. The crushing wind. always reaches the ground. And then what's crazy about the haiku is those you get like a headband for doing the haiku.
Yeah.
And when you go to equip it, the haiku you created is like always there in the menu. So you have to remember whatever dumb haiku you put together about forces of nature or something.
That's so good.
It's goofy.
Yeah.
And like I said last week, the progression is just cool. Every time you go over a side quest, it tells you, hey, if you do this, you're going to get these 3 things, whether it's just like, more experience or a new ability and stuff. So it's fun just going around and going to each of the different things and being like, okay, what's going to be over here? Oh, more health. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went over here.
Building your legend of like the great samurai.
Yeah. Getting like new names or new titles. That's what it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your guy. And the samurai armor looks cool, and every time you upgrade your armor, it like actually gets bulkier, and you get different looking stuff on it. Like it's a cool game. It's a cool game. I was playing it with the Japanese VO.
It's weird.
I had to switch off that. It was fine. I liked it. I think the game sounds cooler.
No. I mean the fact that the English voice acting or the English, the animations are for the English voice acting, so it's off.
Sure, that is weird, but I found myself not caring too much about that because I had to look down and read anyways. So I wasn't really looking at their lips.
Sure.
I switched off that this week.
Okay.
I was having too much trouble whenever I had to like follow behind someone or like follow the tracks or stealth around, and I needed to pay attention to the screen. Having to constantly look down and read stuff, I wasn't able to do both at the same time. I didn't want to, and I was getting tired of just stopping my character so I could read and then moving forward. Because often you're like following tracks while an NPC is talking to you about what's going on right now, and you need to be able to do both. And I just couldn't. It was like this is too cumbersome. So I switched to the English VO, which is fine. I just think the Japanese sounded cooler.
Yeah, sure.
Another.
Have you tried the Kurosawa mode?
I haven't. I heard that was bad.
Yeah,
and I don't. Yeah, I don't care much for it. I am playing it on with dynamic, dramatic contrast.
Yeah. Okay.
Which makes everything look way cooler.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that. Like it's basically just like all the shadows are just like way sharper. Like everything is a higher contrast. The game's already good looking, but that makes it look really nice.
Yeah, it's a really good looking game for sure.
Especially like with the HDR, that looks fantastic. So I'm really excited to see what the PS5 version looks like, and I'm glad that's just happening day one.
Are you excited for the update tomorrow that adds multiplayer for whatever reason to that game?
Yeah, no, that multiplayer sounds really cool.
It sounds
really
different for sure.
We should play. It's a co-op mode. Like I want to play that, so I'm definitely excited for that for sure.
It's also 4 players as well. There's a
4-player
co-op and 4-player. Yeah.
All right, that's all I've been playing. So let's do some news. News finally happened again. It's been 2 weeks of like a break, but we got some more news for sure.
Yeah, I know nothing of this stuff.
Starting up Borderlands 3, they talked about season 2, so they're doing a whole other season of content.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Which I'm fine. I'll play some more Borderlands.
You were literally saying like 2 weeks ago, it's like they're probably not releasing any. They're probably done with this, right?
Yeah. Well, I was wondering, like, are they going to do a season 2? Because a lot of these kind of games don't. But yes, they're doing a season 2, which that's
okay.
I'm happy to see that. I guess.
Interesting.
I believe it's a free upgrade to the next consoles, so I'll have the better running version.
Cool. Okay.
They announced what the first chunk of the DLC is going to be, which I think is disappointing sounding. It is called Director's Cut and the Designer's Cut.
Okay.
Designer's Cut is a new standalone mode called Arms Race. They have not said what that is yet. And the other piece of it is there will be a new skill tree for each of the characters, which I could not care less about.
Oh, see, I like that sort of thing. That's the sort of thing gets me going on games, so that would be
I like the way they had done it in the past, where it was here's a new little story mode to play through, here's some new missions. So hopefully the rest of it's going to be like that, but so far, depending on whatever Arms Race mode is, off to a weak start for me.
Yeah, who knows?
We also got news from Bungie talking about what the Destiny 2 upgrade path is going to be. That is coming. It'll be December 8th for the PS5 and the Series X.
Okay.
They will be running at 4K 60. On the main consoles, the Series S will be 1080p 60, and the upgrades will be free.
Man, who would have thought you'd ever hear 4K 60 on console? Good lord. It's crazy powerful.
I think the biggest news today, we got the PlayStation 5's user interface.
Oh, really? Okay, I need to see this.
Oh, I thought
that was. Did either of you guys watch this video?
I have.
I thought someone was shit posting. I didn't think it was actually real.
Well, this is on PlayStation's blog. This is on their YouTube channel.
So I should watch.
There's a whole big, long, 12-minute long video of someone walking you through what the user interface is going to look like.
Okay, I'm just going to skip around. It's
funny that they announced that today or this morning. Today was the embargo lift for the final bit of Xbox Series X coverage from press outlets. So they definitely timed that up. Some familiarities with stuff you'd look at. There's kind of a cross media bar. They start off this video talking about kind of your in-game, what it'll look like, which it kind of looks like a cross media bar that comes up from the bottom, and then a series of what they call cards.
Yeah,
it can be a bunch of different things. They go into some stuff that kind of look very similar to the Xbox One's guide button. When those come up, these little panels. One thing that this has that is pretty interesting is these cards are going to show you progress towards specific challenges or quests. So they'll be like, hey, you're 60% done this challenge. And it'll even give you an estimate on how long it would take you to finish that challenge in time based on players doing it. So that could be kind of interesting as well.
That's great for people that like really care about trophy hunting and stuff like that. That's really
sure.
Cool.
It's kind of taking the whole trophy hunt percentage and the achievement percentage and applying it directly like into in-game stuff. There will also be ways, and I think they said a quick offhand remark about maybe this is only for PlayStation Plus subscribers, but you can even get help on how to do these challenges, including video help on how to do them without having to navigate outside of the game.
Interesting.
The kind of key point there is navigating outside of the game, because Xbox One has a help feature, but it always loads up like the Internet Explorer browser. And I can say anytime the Internet Explorer browser is loading up, I have done something wrong on my Xbox and I need to back out, because I do not ever want to see that. That is not going to help me out.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see just kind of how deep these will go kind of in game. I'm curious to see if developers will even take the time to like really implement these. If it's only on one of the consoles, I'm sure all the first party Sony stuff will definitely take advantage of this. They were showing off the Sackboy game and some of the different things in there.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, near the end of the video, you get to see what the actual cross media bar is, like if you load it up from a power off state versus if it was in like a suspend mode, and it looks pretty similar to what the PlayStation 4 one looks now, just kind of more up in the corner. You have these panels up for each game or each service you have, and then you can get a series of info underneath them, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it looks okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm excited that it's a bit different. The Xbox is not getting a different one. That dashboard is fine, but it's always just kind of exciting, like new console, new dashboard.
Sure.
That's fun to see. Okay, along with some PS4 news, they announced that pretty much, I think they said like 99% of PlayStation 4 games are going to run on the PS5. They put out a list of games that are not going to be compatible on the PS5. I thought it'd be fun. I have the list up. I'm going to read it to you guys, and I want you to tell me why you think this game is not going to be playable on the PS5.
Sure.
What about the game? Does that sound, John?
Sure. I've already seen this list, so.
Okay, well, I would still love to hear why you think each one of these games are. First one, DWVR. I don't even know what this game is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
It's some VR game.
I mean, I'm assuming because they don't have any plans for VR currently.
No, they have said that the PSVR will work on the PlayStation 5.
Oh, then it didn't sell well enough for people to give a shit of porting it over.
Okay. What do you think, John? Why doesn't DWVR work on the PS5?
No one cared.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I will also
we
say
had to look it up.
I can't confirm or deny any of these. They didn't give a reason why. I just thought it'd be fun to speculate. Here's the next one. Afro Samurai 2 Revenge of Kuma Volume 1.
Nobody cared.
I didn't even know that there was an Afro Samurai 2.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
I
somebody
will
who's
say-
like
Volume
Afro
1. Was there a
Samurai
Volume
1.
2? Was there a Volume 2 of Revenge of Kuma?
I don't know. Let's look it up. We'll also say if your answer to all of these is no one cared about these games, this game is going to get really unfun really fast.
Honestly,
So,
I think it's
you know,
probably true, though, right?
This
some
one's
of these are
probably
actually
licensing
good
issues.
games. So we will get to some of these.
This is probably just a licensing issue more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that could be, for sure.
Volume 2.
And again, I like
am
Afro
not-
Samurai 1 fine enough. I bought that game. Like, I didn't even know
I think
this
I
one
also
existed.
have a copy of Afro Samurai 1.
It's fine.
Yes.
Oh,
It looks like there was supposed to be 2 more volumes and they were canceled.
That's why it's not making it.
Yep.
Okay. PT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2.
Okay, I have to look it up.
That's also probably a licensing issue.
What is this game?
TT is, I believe, a type of superbike, so it's motorcycle
Yes,
racing.
you're right. It's a motorcycle game. Okay.
It's a motorcycle
So
game?
that is
Okay.
probably just, they probably had licensed motorcycles and didn't want to renew it.
Wait, what's it called? TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge 2?
Correct.
That is on Steam right now for $40. So there, I guess you
Wow.
could, if you really want your racing game,
You can
that's
still buy
where
it.
That's
Buy
where
it,
you
yeah.
get. Man, it's kind of pricey too. It's like a cheap. It's a full price like cheap game. It's like $50 or whatever, 60 Canadian.
All right, here's your next game. Just deal with it. Helps there's an exclamation point at the end.
What is that?
Yeah,
They
What is
couldn't.
that?
They couldn't deal with it. That's the answer.
it's a PlayLink game.
It's true. This is the only PlayLink game not coming, apparently. The other ones are going to be coming.
And it's developed by Sony in-house, so they just didn't want to move it over.
What?
That's literally they just didn't want to do it, I guess. That, yeah, I don't
You
know.
can't say because it's PlayLink, because there are other PlayLink games.
This
And
is
it's
so
made
weird.
by them. They literally just didn't want to do it.
Okay, here, let me give you the other one. This one will be a head scratcher. Shadow Complex Remastered.
Oh, that's easy. Chair only does Infinity Blade.
But they did remaster. That was after Infinity Blade.
But then that was it. They didn't want to touch it ever again. They thought it was remastered and just want to leave it at that. I don't know, and I'm really actually kind of sad about that one.
That's a good game.
Could it have anything to do with Epic exclusivity of any sort?
No, because Fortnite's coming over.
That's true.
Mm.
Fortnite's coming. Yep.
Is it maybe because Fortnite is too big to not come over, though? So they signed that deal?
Yeah.
Theoretically, Shadow Complex Remastered will work on the Xbox Series X, right?
Sure. I mean, it would work on a lot of consoles, theoretically.
All right, next one, Robinson: The Journey.
I don't know what this is.
No idea.
Robinson.
It's a VR game that has like a robot.
Developed by Crytek. Interesting.
Crytek, yeah. I think it's like an adventure game.
I mean, I don't see any
Technically,
reason why
that's
this
that is a license, but I doubt it. That is that expensive. Like the only thing I saw about that Just Deal With It game was that they actually reviewed pretty bad. Like it had 10 reviews and there's 3-star average. So
Shadow Complex
think-
would have reviewed totally fine, though, right?
yeah, so that
Mhm.
theory is just not the most solid.
Shadow Complex is
There we go.
the one that's the weirdest to me. That's just like, that should just be
Another
there.
weird one coming up, but before that,
Okay.
We Sing.
That one's definitely licensing.
Yeah,
issues.
that's
There's no way.
Yeah, for sure. They just didn't want to bother with the licensing.
Yeah, you could like the tracks. You mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say this is a story we have later on. But good news, Rock Band 4 is coming to the new consoles.
Yeah, cool. Good.
That's great. All right, next one. Here we go. Hitman Go Definitive Edition.
Another weird one.
Huh.
This is the Hitman Go, so it's the board game one. It first came to like mobiles. Really good game. This is another weird one.
But here's the thing. Lara Croft Go is coming over.
Did they make a console version of that? That's my question.
They did.
Okay, what about what was the third one they did?
Deus Ex Go.
Deus Ex Go?
Deus Ex Go. Was there a console version of that one?
I can tell you.
I don't know.
Anyways, you're right. Yeah, Lara Croft Go would be coming over.
I don't have anything on PSN for Deus Ex Go.
Okay.
Oh, it would help if I spelled it correctly.
Yeah, so here's the thing I'm thinking. You're right. Lara Croft Go had a PlayStation 4 Windows blah 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 version. Hitman Go had the mobile versions and a Vita version. I'm wondering if they're just like, we can't make this look good on our new system. Fuck it, who cares?
I'm pretty sure it's more so the fact that IO Interactive owns the Hitman IP, not Square anymore.
Maybe.
A lot of these are boiling down to like likely licensing issues.
But Hitman 3 is coming out in like January. On the PlayStation.
But who's publishing it is what I'm saying. It's IO themselves, isn't it? Because
I
remember, that was a big deal how Hitman 1 was Square and then Hitman 2 was IO themselves.
Right, yeah. So it's probably IO again. Yeah.
Yeah. And was it Hitman Go was Square.
Yeah, that might be it. All right, we got 2 games less.
Okay.
Chadwen.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
Chadwen. SHADWEN.
Chadwin. Okay.
What is this?
Frozen Bite.
Frozen Bite. Stealth action game. I have no idea on this one. It reviewed okay. It's been out for a couple years.
I have no inkling as to why this wouldn't make it, honestly.
All right, last game. Joe's Diner.
I have
Horror
no
game
idea.
from 2015, it looks like.
I'm assuming they knew they couldn't top the quality that they made.
Yeah.
For Joe's Diner.
Yep.
It's like it's never getting better than this.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, that's the list of games that you can't play on a PlayStation 5 that you could on a PlayStation 4. So like, why are you even buying a PS5? You know what I'm saying? Jeez.
Yeah.
20 ratings, 2 stars on PSN. And apparently it's bundled with some other game, usually Pineview Drive, which is not on the list, so I'm going to assume that is coming out to PS5.
Weird. That's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, Pineview Drive, $40, 3.5 stars at 28 ratings.
I have to imagine a couple of those, honestly, is probably just something with how it was developed. They just couldn't get it to work properly.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Because to have a list that small, like they had to have literally tried all of them. There's
Like,
no way you get down to 10 games and then they're like, yep, that's it, we're done.
Some of those games were coded with the equivalency of like string and shoelace and fucking bubble gum put together. They just couldn't make it work.
Yeah. I wonder if some of them it's an issue of like the company just doesn't exist anymore.
There could be that too. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, but I feel like that would be if that was the case, they would just have one game left, not like almost every one of these. I feel like they've had multiple games made.
Sure. Yeah. Who knows? All right, moving to the other side. Xbox put out a blog post saying, here's every game that's going to be on the launch, and there's 30 games coming to the Series X. I'm not going to go through all of it. I just thought it was interesting because for a while there we were like, what is the launch of this game? Are there even going to be games at launch? What do we have? It's going to have 30 new games. They're not all new, I should say for sure. They're definitely not all new. but there's a confirmed list of 30 games. And they even go specify in the blog post which ones will be on Game Pass, which ones are going to have smart delivery. So if you already own them on the Xbox One, you'll get them on the Series. But so yeah, you can check out Xbox for that. Exciting stuff. I was gonna ask you, John, are you excited for next gen yet? Has that point hit you?
Nope, not even remotely.
All right, I'll check.
I'm still trying to figure out some way to get an Xbox, and I've had no luck yet.
Oh, you don't have an Xbox pre-ordered?
No, I went to the store and they were like, "Yeah, people lined up at 6 a.m. We ran out."
Oh, just do it online, man. It's so much easier.
Listen, this bastard. Oh, you don't have an Xbox pre-ordered? Piece of garbage.
Oh, that was genuinely like surprise. I thought he had told me he had them pre-ordered. So I
went to go get a pre-order, and then the store's like, "Yeah, no, we're out." And I was like, "Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay. All right, then never mind."
They looked
I got the games and the controllers pre-ordered because that was a piece of cake. But
why would you pre-order a new controller?
Because I like the blue controller. I wanted the blue one.
Okay, you can use your old ones, right?
I know. Okay. That doesn't change the fact that I like the blue controller.
It comes with a controller too.
I know. That still doesn't change the fact that I like the blue controller.
They announced Streets of Kamurocho.
Hell yeah.
This came out of nowhere.
This is super exciting.
This is very cool. This is Streets of Rage crossed with Yakuza, and it's going to be free for like 2 days.
Yeah. Also,
this one's super weird.
Sorry. Also on this, because it's Sega's big anniversary thing, they're also released this like terrible prototype for Golden Axe, for a new Golden Axe that never came out. That like looks absolutely terrible. I can't wait to try it.
Did you read the developer story about that one?
I did not know.
There is a developer story out on Twitter about that prototype. Apparently it was made by one of the people who worked on Assault Android Cactus. And he did not have nice things to say about them releasing that at all.
Oh, really? Okay. I need to dig into that.
It's very scathing about Sega Australia specifically, which no longer exists. So
I love this sort of thing. This is a shit I live for with games. So I'm definitely digging into that bullshit this weekend.
Yeah. Today was also another game they released for this 60th anniversary, and it was like Armor of Tanks or something like that is what it's called.
Yes. Yeah, I want to play that.
Yeah, that is also a free like top-down tank combat game.
Yeah, local only, I think.
Right? Yeah, which is based on like City of Heroes or whatever their Heroes storyline is they have or franchise.
TDT, that's right.
Yeah, all these are limited releases. Like if you don't get them within like the 1 or 2 day window they're available, they're gone.
Oh, I forgot to say, I played Star Wars Squadrons. It's dope.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, good. I want to pick that up.
Yeah, sorry.
How are you playing? Are you playing like VR? You got like a rig set up? You got like a HOTAS?
I wish. Honestly, this is the second game this year I wanted a huge like flight simulation set up for. Oh, but that's the problem. Is that after this game, there's not going to be another one that I care about for a while. So I shouldn't buy a big setup for flight sims.
Yourself a Thrustmaster?
Yeah.
Oh, eye tracking. You got to wear the hat, and you got to put it on the brim of the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Get yourself a Nintendo Labo steering wheel. Cardboard.
I guess I should say the way I played it is by paying the $20 for the month of EA Play, and then canceling my subscription, so I didn't buy it, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I was gonna say it's only $40, but it'd be a bit more in Canada.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah. So Streets of Kamurocho, October 17th. So pick that up. It'll be free. Yeah, but that's a cool little thing.
Yep.
And we're having someone in the chat asking, does the all access plan cover Canada or no? The Xbox One, I believe it is in Canada, right?
I believe we are getting that. Yes,
I think so.
Yeah, like the monthly payment one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now for a flurry of news. Chris Tales has been delayed out of this year.
Bummer.
Sucks to hear.
That was a highlight for next month.
I was excited for sure. Rock Band 4, all the instruments that currently work and all of the DLC will work on the new consoles.
Good on them, man. Like, for real. Because a lot of people,
I'm almost
included,
kind of surprised that they did that.
Yeah.
I was assuming, because Rock Band 4 did not do much for them, that they wouldn't want to put in the work, but that's fantastic. I was worried I was going to have to keep an Xbox One X just kind of out on the shelf just so I could play some Rock Band, because I get the urge maybe like once every 2 months to just play like a few hours of drums.
So this must be like the Unsung Heroes harmonics, right? For like whatever deal they sign for the rights to the songs in those games extends long enough that like it
was worth the work.
All that Sony and Microsoft had to do would be like, yo, you want to put your game on there? And they're like, yeah, we got it covered. All right, cool, boss. Thanks. Like, they didn't have to go tracking stuff down.
I'm assuming when they kind of were doing all the stuff moving on to this generation, because I know that was taking a while for people to get all of their like license and stuff. There was a big debacle. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
When 4 launched.
Yeah.
That they kind of like future-proofed themselves so they wouldn't have to go through that again.
Also, it looks like they didn't boost resolution or frame rate. They don't need to for these games. So it sounds they were saying apparently that people with large libraries are going to notice the loading times are like non-existent anymore, switching between songs and stuff. So that's cool.
And I'm trying to find in the article, but I know if you on the Xbox, it'll basically just the cloud save will move over.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little harder for the PlayStation family, but I can't find.
Yeah, man, it's such a bummer that I did all this stuff on PlayStation because they've really handled the jump between the different Rock Band generations and stuff so poorly. I had to re-download basically every license for the songs when the new system came out. It was such a fucking nightmare.
All right. Continuing on, Reigns Beyond. A new Reigns game is coming out soon on Apple Arcade, so I'm stoked.
Just on Apple Arcade?
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll come elsewhere later.
All right,
That's
next.
usually how it works. Axiom Verge 2 has been delayed.
Fuck.
Yep, saw that coming. Saw that coming.
All right.
Next is another short one. Genshin Impact, grossing over $100 million, has completely recouped its entire development cost in 2 weeks.
Man.
So people like that game a whole lot.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about it.
It's basically the countdown until kind of all of your favorite games / genres become a free-to-play gacha game.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
After seeing what Genshin Impact has done with
it sucks because I like Genshin Impact a lot, but it's so toxic for the industry to see what it's doing. I don't know. I hope.
I mean, just wait until Ubisoft has got to be making something like this, right?
Yeah, Far Cry
Make
Impact,
everything.
Mass Effect Impact. I can't wait.
I mean, it's gonna have to be coming. Like, there's no way it's not coming. Phil Spencer over at Xbox came out and said that Game Pass will absolutely be coming through xCloud to the iOS in the future. They are looking into the browser-based version of it, which should sound familiar to you. That's what Luna's doing to get around
Apple's stuff.
They are still saying they are putting development into a dedicated app, but that's not going out anytime soon while Apple's rules are in place. So there's probably going to be some web-based one, much like how Luna is doing it. Good news for me, though. I wanted Game Pass on my phone, so hell yeah.
Yeah.
And last bit of news here is the Monster Hunter, the first full trailer came out.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah.
You guys watched this? Any thoughts on it?
The American trailer is fucking garbage. The international trailer is less garbage, but man, I was saying to myself, am I going to be the dude that didn't go to Tenet in the theaters, but is going to fucking Monster Hunter in 2020 during a pandemic?
Yes, you are.
Don't do that. What a bad idea. Don't go to the theater. Definitely don't go to the theater for Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, that North American trailer, like, I guess the big difference is it spends like a bunch of time showing that, like, oh, they're the army, cool army bros and cool jokes or whatever. Like the one guy, that one guy says some line about like, "Are we the Guardians of the Galaxy now?" Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? That makes no sense. Or like the very beginning is like, "What are those tablets?" I don't know. Look ancient. What? Like, what is this writing? Holy Christ. Jesus.
So this is Paul W.S. Anderson again, right? Like this is the Resident Evil director?
Yeah, it is. So the idea here is that it seems
Palicos will be in the movie.
Yeah. It seems like what is going on here is that an army platoon is looking for like a lost squad, one of their lost squads or whatever that disappeared in a desert. They get transported into the Monster Hunter universe or world or something by some weird ancient gate magic, and then they have to fight looks like Diablos and a Rathalos. And there's a Gormagala in there, but nobody ever talks about that for some reason, which is more interesting. But like, there's no way the Gormagala is going to do anything.
Are you here to raise Gormagala awareness within the community?
No, dude, there's no way that they're fighting Gormagala. She can't even take on the Rathalos in that fucking trailer. There's no way.
I was saying, man. That was the first thing I was thinking.
I will say it seemed Tony Jaa looks like he's great. Like, he's going to be great. I love that guy. The international release showed more of like this weird thing of like she's going to be taught by him on like how to monster hunt, I guess. I'm assuming because their weapons maybe don't work in this world. I don't know why.
They shot a rocket and it seemed like it did something.
No, man. She didn't even use wyvern ammo. Fucking noob. Doesn't know what she's doing.
She is a noob. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I did see at one point she had two daggers and she put them together and they were like all
and then she burned herself trying to go into demon mode and she doesn't know how yet.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. People that know Monster Hunter know. I don't give a shit about you, Sean. You don't know.
No, you know.
Now you know. I don't know. It looks like the type of schlock that I be into, but man, I don't know. Some of that writing was really bad, even for schlocky movie writing, just from that trailer.
Do you think it'll hold up compared to the Resident Evil movies?
I still like Resident Evil 1. The first movie is fine. Those movies progressively got worse. So mathematically, if we're talking, if those movies progressively got worse and now we're getting this should start off on the lowest point that Paul W.S. Anderson has ever done.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. It looks more expensive than those Resident Evil movies.
How the hell would you burn yourself going into demon mode? I don't know, man, but she couldn't handle it.
She found a way.
He found a way.
What does a Monster Hunter movie need, in your opinion, to be like worthy of Monster Hunter?
Know why people like Monster Hunter. It's not necessarily just because there's giant monsters. It has a charisma and a funness to it.
You're going to it. What are you like? It needs to have this in it. I need to see this. Like, what's your list?
First of all, don't even bother with this whole we need to have like American representation or an army. This is just a fantasy world where people live here, just hunting some monsters. Throw whatever story you want in there. I don't care. The story is whatever. But like it seems like they're trying too hard to make sure there's some hook in there, and I don't necessarily think you need it. Also, it seems like it's taking on this thing of like, this monster killed my family, so now we must hunt or whatever. Like, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but it seems like they're going a little dark with it, and Monster Hunter has always been kind of goofy and like kind of just like had a weird charm to it, and doesn't seem like it hits any of those so far. It does. Right. From the international trailer, it does have sand ships though, so that's cool. Just a ship riding around on the sand dunes. That's neat. At least there's that.
That's gonna do it for news. So let's move on to some questions. If people would like to send in questions, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. I can read this first. Actually, Paul, do you want to do episode names?
Sure. So we got some episode names from VGC Kenny. Thank you, as usual, for sending those in. And it looks like the first one we got is from August 13th. Title, They Sank Half of Asia. I don't know.
I don't remember what we were talking about at all. Sank half of
No
Asia.
idea.
I'm going to look at it because I actually just don't know. I'll give Sean a moment to think. Oh, you don't? Okay.
I have no idea.
You were asked what each company would have to do to destroy sales of their consoles when they released. Sean said it can't be anything crazy, giving the title as an example.
Okay. I remember us talking about that now. I don't remember saying that, but okay.
August 20th. What's in between Paul Rudd and Zach Galifianakis? I'm guessing this is a Between Two Ferns commentary of
Sounds
some
like
sort?
I mean, I watched the movie kind of recently, but I thought I had watched it like earlier than this. So this was late August, you said, right? Yeah, I didn't watch it like just over a month ago.
I honestly have no idea.
What I think was, I think we were talking about like who would play a role. I think both of those actors were mentioned. I think someone said kind of we need like a between. Like who's between those two?
What would the role be
I don't
for?
remember. I don't remember who we were trying to cast.
We weren't casting ourselves, right? It wasn't that kind of discussion.
Could have been.
No, because I would easily cast Zach Galifianakis as me. That's easy.
I don't remember. I want to say it was like a video game thing we were casting, but I can't remember.
It must be like a question from a user or something. Context. Talking about the Firewatch movie in production. You guys were casting the movie and felt the main character had to fall between these two actors.
Still agree with that. It should be a fall between those two actors. That was a good thing. Yep,
not bad. The 27th of August. Fiery superhero teachers.
I think Chris Pratt, before he lost all that weight and went to a Marvel movie, do you think he fell between those two?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you think about Chris Pratt as the main guy from Firewatch?
Back then.
Yeah. Now he's ripped and all that, and he guards the galaxy.
Right.
Okay, sorry, what was the next episode title?
Fiery superhero teachers?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Did this come out around Avengers? When was Avengers? No, that was later, right? That wasn't in August. Is that
Avengers was September.
Okay, so it wasn't anything to do with that. I'm just thinking superhero.
Late August. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. Context. Sean was talking about how he designed his senior yearbook and designed it based on the panel from Final Crisis. No one told him to stop.
I love the wording. No one told him to stop.
I'm pretty sure you said that yourself. To be fair.
Pretty much how it happened. Yeah, it was too late once they. Yeah.
So ridiculous. September 3rd. It makes me sad because DJ Hero is gone. This is a Sean thing, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I've rectified that.
Yeah, you went and brought it with you so you could play it.
Yeah, I did.
It makes me sad because DJ Hero is gone. September.
I don't know what we're talking about, though.
Obviously nostalgia for like Rock Band. Did we discuss Rock Band for some reason?
I feel like I discussed Rock Band on the regular, but I don't remember specifically what we were talking about. You guys remember Guitar Hero Live?
Yeah,
honestly, no, because I never went in on it. So,
no,
as far as I'm concerned, it didn't exist.
Layers. It was 3 buttons, but it had the 2 layers of them.
No,
you like played along with music videos. Should play that again.
Yeah.
Can you even? Like the service is down.
The server went down, yeah. So like the live feature of it, but I'm pretty sure you can play like the single player mode.
Okay, I just looked up the context. We're not going to get this if we didn't already. So Sean was talking about the over-designed graffiti menus and Tony Hawk remake and how it reminded him of DJ Hero. That's extremely specific.
DJ Hero 1, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. Then he talked about DJ Hero and got sad.
That sounds right.
As he does. September 10th. That's still an expensive joke. This has to be a John one.
That's definitely me saying that. But what
do you think it's like something about buying something?
Oh, it totally is. It's probably you suggesting I buy something really stupid.
Oh my god. That like gold covered PlayStation for your museum or whatever.
Oh, that's probably what it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
That sounds about the right time.
Because I was just like, wait, what was really expensive? Then I remembered, oh yeah, that like $20,000 PlayStation or whatever. Maybe more. Wasn't it like 80,000? It was stupid. It was like a huge amount.
80. I thought 20.
It was very expensive.
Yeah.
I would have guessed 25,000.
Yeah, anyway. Okay. Context. Talking about the gold, rose gold, and platinum PS5 and how pre-order for those would still cost about half of what the console costs. So if you were thinking of doing it as a joke. Okay, so a little more specific. Even putting down a down payment was like as much as the consoles, basically. September 17th. I'm used to the garbage. I'm used to the garbage.
That sounds like talking about bad video games.
Yeah.
What bad video game in particular?
I don't know. I feel like this is one of you two said that. I don't think I said this.
I definitely call things garbage a lot. This is probably me somewhere.
I think I'm the one who said it, but I can't remember context.
Could be. Either way, I don't know the context either.
I think John did say that. I think I may have preemptively, I said something first, and I think he responded to me with this.
I'm used to the... Yeah, I could see that, actually. Okay. September. Paul talking about how a lot of games he played growing up were bad, but he can still enjoy them. Okay.
Oh, so it was you saying it. Okay.
That's definitely a thing that you would have said as well, for the same reason.
Yep. Sure is.
24th of September. Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
That's just the note? Just Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Yep.
It's very general. That shouldn't be allowed, just a game title. I'm going to guess we talked about Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Me too.
Shocking.
Context. You had a bit at the beginning where you said this was TDP Plus and the game for it was Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then you talked about that for a bit.
Okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that must have been a pretty dull episode. If that was... Oops. And October 1st, the last one. We still don't know what happened in The Quiet Man. This was... somebody sent in a question about it. What's a game where if you explain it, you actually know less about the game than if you just play it or whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
Context is, the question came in about games you can explain to people, but still have it not make sense. Sean brought up how he doesn't understand The Quiet Man just by playing it twice. The ones that are like more recent are definitely way easier to remember.
I mean, that's how time works, right?
I think so.
Usually, yeah.
All right. Thanks again for setting those in. I will read this next question from Linebeck. I was reminded of when, as a kid, I thought Banjo-Tooie was named that way because Banjo replaced Kazooie with another bird named Tooie. It's the strangest misconception you've had of a video game.
I could see that, actually. Yeah. I could see that mistake.
My buddy Emil, he said he misread Tooie as Tootie, which is Banjo's sister in the first one.
Oh.
And he got real mad that they replaced Kazooie with Banjo's sister and didn't want to play it.
Oh, man, that's really good. Okay. I don't think I can one-up that.
If they had replaced it with a different bird named Tooie, then they could bring them back in a third game and be like Banjo-Tooie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a cool name.
Mm-hmm. Misconception you've had of a video game?
I don't think I can think of one.
Yeah, I don't have one to that level.
All right, then I'll read this follow-up question from Linebeck. Part of the reason I haven't streamed in ages is that I tend to be overzealous with my audio settings. At which point should I decide that my audio is good enough to stream?
The fact that you care enough to even ask, you're fine. You should hear the garbage that people use.
You'll know.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have it like audible in any way, just start and then just kind of tweak as you go. These streams don't need to be perfect.
And it's always going to be bad.
It part of your stream and get feedback from people.
Every week it's going to break. Every month it's going to break. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be bad at some point. And
every Windows update is going to break.
Everybody's going to laugh at you and make fun of you, and then you're going to fix it and get over it, and life will go on. Because technology sucks, and you're going to have to fix it all the time. But the fact that you care, you're better than most people out there.
Do you want to read this next one, John?
Sure. From Sukusuku, this is a question mostly for Sean. Do you still get games solely for the achievement points? Did you ever manage to beat Nathan's gamer score?
I don't think I've purchased any games just for achievements. I'm trying to think if I did that in the past either. I definitely rented.
You definitely did. Like, you guys bought like an NHL game, or sorry, an NBA game for them.
Right. I think we spent at most like $5 and such.
Yeah.
Avatar I never purchased. I borrowed off Nathan. He purchased a copy of Avatar.
For the reason of the points, I will say.
Why else would you play that game?
You might like the show. Who knows?
Show's really good, but yeah.
I still definitely do play some garbage tier games if I hear they have achievement points, because like, why not? If I have the time.
Sure.
Did I ever managed to be Nathan's gamer score? I don't believe Nathan has an Xbox One, so he pretty much stopped going for achievements. Paul, you looked up his gamer score. It's at 104,000.
Yeah, 320.
I'm currently doubling Nathan in achievement points.
Yeah. So even if that's like older score, you're still way ahead of him. He doesn't have a Xbox One, so. Okay, Hebrew Lantern says, you're given 30 minutes to hide a paperclip in your house. Afterwards, a detective will be given 8 hours to find it. Where do you hide it? Why would I tell you that? That's my hiding spot.
To hide it?
I'm not telling you where I hide shit so you can find it.
Tell him your second hiding spot then.
Second hiding spot?
Yeah. Your second best hiding spot.
I've never thought of that one. Okay.
I'm going to hide it inside a random video game case.
I think it's just going to go through a video. He has 8 hours.
8 hours is a bit much.
That's a long time.
Clearly, you've done something like wrong, and he needs this paperclip for evidence. So this is his whole job. He's going to spend a whole day doing this.
What if you just throw it in with a bucket of paperclips?
But then, if he just picks up the paperclip, doesn't he technically have the one in possession, so he wins?
I guess, maybe.
Then it's also just only a matter of time before he picks the right one.
I guess.
I think if you're going to go the game route, you have to pick a cartridge game that you can unscrew and actually put it in the cartridge and screw it back together.
Sure.
That is not a bad idea, but then like he could just take all the games, shake them, and find the ones that rattle.
Well, maybe you like glue it down.
Okay.
Somehow like logic. I think the one issue though is that if he looks at all of them, a bunch of them will have like a layer of dust, except for one. One will look like it has been tampered with recently. Maybe that's not the best idea.
Trying to think of like hiding places. I used to
hide.
The
first thing that came to mind was the little back pocket of the PS2.
Okay.
It's a pretty good hiding spot.
Yeah. I used to have
I wasn't sure what you were talking about. I forgot about the disc drive.
Someone who worked at an EB Games, I can tell you a lot of people hid weed in that back spot.
I used to hide weed in a socket, like a thing you would take the faceplate off and then put it back on.
Yeah, the one I had is my Xbox 360 under the disc tray That disc tray is really hard to get out unless you use the force eject button, and then I would put it like underneath it, so it's going to be inside that console. It'll be taped underneath there.
A paperclip is nice and like small too, so there's a lot of places you could potentially do. Also, we're talking about just a detective, right? We're not talking about the world's greatest detective, Batman, with Batman vision, being able to like see through walls and shit, right?
Right, yeah.
Also, do we have to be able to get the paperclip again? And like after the 8 hours is up and just be like, observe and then pull it? Because otherwise I'll just like find a place where I can't even get it anymore.
What's that? What are you thinking of?
I don't know, maybe like,
where are you gonna put it? You can't
put a pinhole in the wall and then drop it between the rafters of my house somewhere so that it just falls like between the floorboards or something in the wall.
Okay. I think that one counts. I don't think the drain one counts, John, because then hasn't it left your house if it goes too far?
Yeah, if it goes too far, then yeah, I would technically.
Yeah.
But if I have to give it back, like if after the 8 hours I have to grab it, I can't do that because I won't.
Well, I think it's a scenario where it's like if you have to get it back, you can, and in your scenario, you would destroy the wall.
Yeah,
maybe this is like
the house.
You clearly need to hide the paperclip for some serious reason. So maybe you're willing to go that far.
Yeah, it's true. He can't see what's on that paperclip.
All right, next question comes from I'm 3D Homer. Pick a game to get a sequel where you watch every character die one by one.
What?
Mario Galaxy. I fucking hate those Luma fucking bullshit.
That's a lot of Lumas you have to watch die one by one.
Also, what's wrong with Mario?
One by one. Well, Mario would
Toad's
obviously
great. Toad's there.
Mario would be the last one. He would watch all his friends die, obviously.
You hate Mario. What's wrong with Mario?
I don't hate Mario. That's why he's the last
He knows what
one.
he did.
Yeah.
A game
I can't think of many games where I hate every character.
I don't really have a game where I hate every character.
Oh, man. So, like, you can kind of do this, but Until Dawn, every one of those characters is garbage. So the fact that you can kind of let them die is great. It'd be
sure, that straight up is a game where you can watch them die one by one.
It would be more satisfying, though, for a sequel where you can, like, you're the architect of that or whatever, and you're just watching them do it rather than play as them as they do it.
I mean, like, the easy answer would pick just like a movie tie-in game for a movie you don't like.
Yeah.
Like random Minions game.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't think of a game where I hate every single
It'd be funny
character.
to do something like Suikoden, like a game that just has like a shit ton of like characters.
Smash Bros.
Like League of Legends.
Overwatch, yeah, just pick like any like game with like a ton of fight.
See, I like the characters.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Just Paimon from Genshin Impact.
But okay, so here's the thing, right? Yeah, dude, fuck Paimon. Holy shit, I hate that character. He's not saying that like it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it'd be cool if Overwatch had a sequel where they all died doing something like cool or heroic, kind of like the suicide mission in Mass Effect 2. That'd be kind of neat. Them all like having a moment to shine and sacrifice themselves for the greater good.
From like a story standpoint, sure.
Yeah.
I think the spirit of the question is which game do you not like the characters? Because I do like the characters.
Maybe I know Homer, and I know that's not in the spirit. He's just like seeing people do sacrificial stuff because he's a weirdo. But sure.
Okay. All right, John, you're next with this Rasterman question.
Have you ever gotten so invested in a video game that you started slacking off on your responsibilities like myself? If so, how bad did it get? All the time.
John's secret is that he made slacking off his responsibility.
Exactly. That was the trick.
Yeah. The loop.
Case in point, I'm playing a game right now during the podcast, which is why Sean keeps reminding me to read the questions.
I don't think I have slacked off on any responsibilities. I did, and this is such like a weird random game to have it happen on. I got really into Age of Empires Online Oh,
weird. Okay.
Yeah, such a weird one.
Not
Right?
expected that.
The free-to-play Age of Empires game that came out in 2011.
I mean, it's not weird that you like got into it. It's weird that you specifically, Sean Booker, got into it. I know lots of people that got into it.
It's weird for a number of reasons. Yeah. But for whatever reason, that just like hit at the right time, right place and time. That it was like, would get out of class and it's like, I gotta go home right now so I can play more Age of Empires online. Like that is all I want to do right now is just go back there and play some.
I mean, this is the reason why I don't play WoW like I used to, because it wasn't even the game necessarily. It was when you get to a point in that game, you're letting other people down if you're not around. So it became a responsibility, and it was the worst. Those games can drag you in a really bad way. Okay. Rinku says, what's a game that the want was better than the have?
Super Mario Bros. 35.
I was going to say Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Super Mario 3D All-Stars, another good answer. Super Mario Sunshine.
Just every Mario game in some way.
Any game that's way too expensive.
The want is better than the have.
Pretty much like what is a disappointing game, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I really feel like Death Stranding.
Okay.
Because I wanted that game for like 4 years, and then I got it, which is disappointing.
It says Link's Awakening on the Switch. Yeah, that game's kind of shallow. I could see that being a good answer.
I think before it came out, Overwatch had a huge want for a lot of people. That
yeah,
I think it's. You don't think it lived up to that? I thought it.
No,
was super popular and a really good game.
It's fine. It definitely didn't live up to how big the want for that game was. That was crazy. People make things way too monolithic with Blizzard games in general, though.
I think that game was like the fact that game is so good. That was my game of the year, so I could. There's no way I would call that game disappointing. But that was also just such a shock to me. I was not looking forward to it, and then it came out, and it was just like, wow, this is incredible. All right, last question from VGC Kenny. Do you ever watch something out of spite? Like you don't find it interesting, but people tell you it's good and you'll like it, so you go for it. How does that usually turn out?
No, I don't usually. The last one I did was Undertale, and it worked out well because I fell in love with it.
Yeah, I definitely have done this, but I cannot for the life of me remember what. I just remember the feeling, and it's of like, I hate that I'm doing this. I hate that I'm doing this, and it just ruined the experience.
Anytime that we have that feeling, it's usually a TDP plus thing, so it's not really.
You know what? Yeah, I was gonna say that TDP plus sometimes gives me that feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want to be playing this game right now.
It's like
even
homework.
If it's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that I wouldn't say that's out of spite. That's more like responsibility or something.
Yeah.
I can't think of any time where someone like pushed me so much that I tried it out. Like, in spite of it, I'm going to give it a try. It's usually like, I want to give it a try because I want to, or I'm not going to give it a try.
Yeah, no, for sure. Again, Undertale. Usually it's the opposite, though. If people talk something up too much, I'll spite not play it or watch it. Like, nah, you ruined it because it's not going to live up to what you're making me think it will, so I'm just going to not like it, so fuck it. Not going to bother.
All right, that's going to do it for questions this week. Again, if you want to send in questions for next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. It is your game of the week.
Let it die.
Smash.
Did you say, Paul?
Let it die.
I'm going to give it to Ghost of Tsushima.
That's a good one.
I'm pretty sure I heard the main character say Tsushima at one point, so now I don't know what the name of the game is.
Makes sense.
Right. If you're a Patreon backer, the submission thread is live. So if you would like a game to be entered into the poll next week, you can submit a game right now. Go do that. Otherwise, we will be back next week. for listening.
Everybody.
Bye.